Hello, everyone. Elbow bumps to all of our students and staff and community members that are watching. Today's our first edition of Cardinal Time. Cardinal Time is just an intent to open up lines of communication. It's a little different. We're still giving our morning updates in the morning, but that's more informational stuff. Cardinal Time's a time for just think of it as more of your classroom connection. Just that time, I think a lot of us are wanting to get together somehow and share some things. So this is going to be more of a time for us to connect with you as students, for teachers to connect, and we plan to have different topics on during our Cardinal Time sessions, just to keep kids engaged. We're going to, now just a couple norms here and some rules. We're going to open up the chat lines, but Lance Swanson, our Director of Communications, is monitoring that. And if that chat gets derogatory, or if there's vulgarity, profanity, or we're being mean to each other, we're shutting it off. But I want to be able to have a dialogue with you and interact and also answer some questions. First thing, I just want to thank our post-prom fundraisers. We got the chance to enjoy, like many people around South Sioux City today, some scrumptious Krispy Kreme donuts from the post-prom fundraiser. So that's always good. Not that I need those extra calories, but those things are to die for. So as students, I know everyone has their curriculum packets and all that, but we're getting a little bit of feedback about things to do. I know those of you that participate on the Card Power website, Mr. Wright has shared out some great exercises and tips, and hopefully you're staying active. I've seen a lot of you out individually. Got to keep that social distance, 6 feet apart from each other, please. We've had some feedback about some of you getting together at each other's houses or playing some pickup basketball together. You have to be mindful. I know that's just what you do as teenagers, but you have to be mindful that you're the core of our community, and you're also the answer to this community spread situation. Our young population, our students, have to be mindful that you might not get very sick from this virus. You might not even know you have it, but you are a vector. You will spread it to your grandparents, those people that are vulnerable, those of your friends that might be type 1 diabetic or have certain other ailments that might, they might be sick with something else. So just keep that in mind. That social distancing is important. We're going to find new and better ways to virtually connect with each other. We're learning things every day. So our intent is we're going to have virtual guests on here. We're going to have different topics. I might even try to reach out to our student council members and see if we can hook up with them, get them online, and we can set up some type of interaction. So it looks like school, but it's really not school. So I don't know is there any chat questions popping up, Lance? If you guys have some questions, fire them out there on chat. I'd be glad to entertain them. I want to make this for you. It's Cardinal Time. It's for Cardinals. So if you're a Cardinal and you're online, please let me know what your thoughts are.
What's the situation with class credits at the high school? Will they still be given when we finish our classes if cancellation of school continues?
Great question. Class credits at the high school. Right now, everything stays as is. Okay, so we are working hard, the directors and the teachers, at developing a virtual learning system so we can continue with our classes in the future. But right now, the Commissioner of Education, I'm in contact with him every day. He's doing a great job of staying in contact with us. He said that the instructional hours there will be an exclusion for that, so that our graduates will be able to graduate on time, and there will be some considerations made for the number of credit hours required to graduate. So our biggest challenge is going to be continuing to learn. So we want you guys to know we're not abandoning that. We're working hard behind the scenes. Next week, if you followed the board meeting last night, if you have a chance, first of all, go to Lance Swanson's doing a tremendous job of keeping everybody updated on our website on the coronavirus link. Go to that website link, and on that link on that site, there should be a link to last night's board meeting where we laid out our plan about how we're going to keep all of our employees engaged and employed, and how they're going to be paid and all that. So Next week, everybody is working from home. That gives us a little bit of breathing time next week to develop some of that curriculum. And we're going to be moving forward with a more intensive e-learning system to make sure that those credits that you're asking about are instilled. And we're going to keep moving forward. So great question. Keep the faith. Nice question.
All right. They're asking about graduation and prom.
Okay. Graduation and prom. They're still on the calendar. We're hopeful. I mean, if there's somebody more optimistic about that, I haven't met them yet than myself. We're going to try to do something. What that looks like, I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of ideas being kicked around. That might be something I'll reach out to the student council. I'd like to talk to our guidance counselors to possibly start getting in contact with our student council and set up some sort of maybe page for you guys to communicate, and Lance can help with that in the future. But we want to make sure that you guys are involved in that decision. I know some of you have emailed me with some ideas, but please don't do that. If I could direct that, we'll set up something so that students can share ideas. But sending emails right now, we're way behind. It's just hard to stay up on those emails. But great question. Still planning on those celebrations with you as students. Just I know everybody's looking forward to those. Some are once in a lifetime things. So if you have that prom dress, hang on to it.
So they're asking about extending. Right now, they come back to school on the 30th.
Yes.
And they're asking if that's been extended yet.
Hasn't been extended yet. If I had to make a prediction, we are going to extend it. Now, last night at the board meeting, the board did pass a resolution which gives the superintendent some administrative discretion. So I have more powers. It's kind of like some superpowers, but I got to be careful that I don't abuse those. So the board doesn't have to meet and have an agenda every time to make some of those decisions. It hasn't been officially declared, so stay tuned. But I would project, based on what we're hearing from our health officials, that we're probably going to extend that. But not an official word. We will get that to you early next week. Good question.
A lot of them are asking about sports.
Yes, sports right now. Nebraska School Activities Association has suspended all practices and games and activities and contests and plays and everything that's under the Nebraska Activities umbrella until March 30th. They haven't bailed out on us. They haven't suspended them for the rest of the year. But in order to hold those with the social distancing right now is going to be really challenging. So more direction on that to come. But right now, those are off until March 30th. Now, last night we talked about we're continuing to move forward. So those of you that are out for track, we're patching up the track. We are fixing up the bleachers. So when we do get back in school, we can get out there and we have some great weather and get out there and get running, get playing some tennis and soccer and golf and everything else that's going on this spring.
One guy keeps asking about summer school. Are we going to have to go to school all summer?
Summer school is optional. I mean, is that something you would like? Yeah, if you're voting for it.
No, they don't want it. They're just saying if we don't come back sooner, are we going to be going to school?
No, right now, like I said, the Commissioner of Education has not made any requirements for us to extend our school year. Like I said, the challenge is going to be getting everybody up to speed on the curriculum virtually. The high school set up pretty well. As you guys know, you guys are one-to-one. You're used to using those tools for online learning. Our teachers are used to that. So I think we'll be okay there. But I foresee, if I had to predict, this is my own opinion as superintendent, that we will have some options available for some summer school. And those of you that may not pass your courses or whatever, as usual, will probably be required for summer school. But right now, we'll probably have to we'll have to be flexible on that. I've had some questions from kids about ACT prep and the ACT test. Right now, the state has suspended all of our state testing, but the ACT test right now is postponed indefinitely. And so we're working with ACT's a national test. And I know some of you are anxious about that because you need it for your college scholarships or your college entrance. ACT is working and communicating with us, with Dr. Heilman, our curriculum director, regarding when that might be rescheduled. But ACT Prep, you should all be able to access that. So if you haven't, get a hold of your guidance counselor, email them, and your guidance counselor will share your username, your code. I mean, some of you are on it already. Some of you are enrolled in the ACT Prep course, but all of our students, I believe, communicate with your counselor. I don't want to overstep my bounds and get on my lane here, but I think all of you do have access to ACT Prep, which would be great to be doing while you're home.
Someone asked about the NSCAS test.
I know this hurts your feelings, but we're not going to be doing the NSCAS test this year. So that one, elbow bump. Okay, elbow bump for that one. No NSCAS testing, no state testing this year.
We've got a lot of questions about more of the same about sports. Oh, someone asked about the music contest.
Okay, yeah, very good.
That's a ways out. I don't think they've made any decisions on that yet.
Yeah, that's past the March 30th deadline. So anything past March 30th is on the schedule as usual. So keep planning for it, but we're trying to plan also for some alternative options if that would happen to be canceled.
Will the seniors graduate on the date they're supposed to?
Right now, we're holding that date. What graduation looks like is a question mark. I think we wanted to make sure that our first step as administrators was to make sure that our employees had answers and were taken care of. And we have a great board of education. Some of you are sons or daughters of board members. They did a fine job last night of making some decisions and making sure our employees were taken care of. Now we're past that hurdle. Our employees are ready to get to work from home, and graduation is a big piece of that. So we're looking at it. I don't have any answers, but that's on our radar. That'll be a focus. Becky Eckhart, our Director of Student Services, she's here in the room with me, and I know she's brought that up several times, but it's not. It's kind of like it's kind of like halftime of a game. You're behind and you're getting beat a little bit. You need to take care of the big things first. And what can we do to shore things up? And that's on our radar. And it's very important for many of us. But right now we have to concentrate on the biggest things. But we do have that on our list.
Someone asked about college credits. Will they still be applied?
Yes. Most of our colleges have been in communications. I assume you're talking about dual credit or college credit classes that you're taking at the high school level. Most of our our higher academic partners have been in contact. I think there's one college maybe that hasn't, and they're all moving to online learning. Those of you that have friends that are college kids know that, and so I don't think it'll be a problem to maintain those. I have not heard that any of those are canceled, so I think those will stay online, and you'll get credit for it.
One guy here with the last name of Chris, but that's probably just a made-up name. I don't know.
Hey, Chris.
He's really energetic. Every other post is from him asking, can we have online classes?
Yes, that's our intent. What it looks like, it's not going to be a true, probably online class for everybody, but we're working on it. One thing I need you guys to spread the word on, because if anybody's good with social media, I know it's you kids. We need you to help our lunchtime solutions partners, our lunch people. If you haven't gotten your car, most of you need to get out of the house anyway. Now, don't go get 15 of your friends and pack in a car. Just keep your social distancing. But if you haven't taken advantage of our grab and go, we need you to. Today, we served about 400 kids. We need to get that up to 1,200 for our lunchtime solutions people to keep the revenue for what they need to maintain their business. Just like we need to help out all of our local businesses. Lunchtime Solutions is one of them. So starting tomorrow, check out on the coronavirus website that Lance keeps updated where you go to get a grab and go lunch. And just go get one. If you're a student, there's no questions asked. You drive up to the vehicle with their lights flashing that is providing the food, grab a sack that has breakfast and lunch in it. Well, tomorrow we're off, right? We served both today.
I think she's still going to keep it.
Still on tomorrow.
The locations might be a little bit narrower,
but let's have a contest. Let's set a goal for that. We need to help our great lunch people they get paid for those meals. The nice thing is we don't have to pay for them. So it's no questions asked, free food. Just drive up there and grab a sack. Take it. You have to be a South Sioux City student to grab it, but you can take it home to your family. It's good food. I had one yesterday. Okay? And you can see how much weight I gained overnight. A lot.
St. Mike's students too.
Yeah, St. Mike's too. And any of your friends. You don't even have to be, we're not asking for ID. You don't have to punch a code in. You just drive up in your vehicle. The ladies will be waiting there with a sack. You take it, grab it, eat it, when and wherever you want. Good question. But I need you to help with that, guys. I need you to help. I need you to help come get our food. It's there for you. And our lunchtime staff is depending on that.
All right. If we extend the school year, how much longer? I think you've already kind of answered that. The chocolate fundraiser for choir, maybe, or band. I don't know. Someone's talking about chocolate.
Okay. Yeah, if you got
I'll have to check with their band.
All right. If there's any fundraisers or anything like that, just keep communicating.
Choir, yeah.
We'll try to help you out with that stuff. Hey, fantastic job of communicating with that chat and keeping it clean. Nice job. We're sticking to our norms.
Yeah, I don't think they kept it clean.
Don't push it. This is good for everybody. So don't be that person that writes on the bathroom wall and gets the door taken off for everybody. Let's go. Come on. Keep it clean.
Right.
Keep good questions.
I think that's all of the good stuff there.
All right.
Oh, the hours for the lunch. Can we just repeat that? 8:30 to noon.
8:30 to 12 at any of our schools except the high school, right? Middle school and all elementaries.
The middle school is kind of this. It's the
High
same.
school kids can go to any school.
Any school.
Yeah, high school kid. Yeah, you can go. Anybody can go to any school. So, but all of our elementaries have it set up from 8:30 to noon, and the middle school parking lot. Look for the vehicle. Like today, it'll be a Cardinal van or Cardinal Suburban, and they are turning their flashers on, so their hazard lights will be on. You just drive up there, and the food is inside. They'll bring it to you. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in. We have a special guest today, if she's ready to go. Jennifer Jackson from Heartland Counseling. You know, many of us are dependent upon people to visit with, to talk with, and Heartland Counseling is our partner in mental health. So we welcome her today, and like I said, thank you for tuning in to the Cardinal Time. I will next be with you tomorrow, again at 8:30, and then we might look at.
We're not doing an afternoon one today.
What do you want to do an afternoon one? Have we advertised it?
Not yet, but
Okay.
we told them we're going to, so that's up to you.
Well, there might be one coming yet this afternoon, but for sure tomorrow at 8:30. So we'll stay in contact. Elbow bumps. Go Cards. Go ahead, Jennifer.
All right. So I'm here today to talk about mental health and what we can do to partner with the South Sioux City School District. And we have a plan where we're going to continue to serve the kids. If you're already seeing a therapist, we want you to reach out to your therapist. And actually our therapist should have already reached out to you. And we are offering telehealth services. So you all can be at home with your kids. And as long as there's an email, if you have a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, then we can see you right through the computer. The other thing is I know some of our therapists are writing letters, especially Lisa is writing letters to all the little kids. So be watching your mailbox. You'll be getting a letter in the mail from her. Parents, if you are stressed out, please reach out to your child's therapist. So even through all of this, our Project Aware, which is our collaborative school-based grant and program, we can continue to serve the kids. If you have never been in counseling before and you go to the South Sioux City School District, please reach out to Heartland Counseling, and there's still going to be no out-of-pocket expenses for families. We will bill your insurance if you have insurance. If you have no insurance, it's not a problem either. There's going to be no out-of-pocket expenses to receive mental health services during this time. We are going to be doing a live Facebook Heartland Counseling will be here every day next week at 10:30. Monday is going to be Self-Care Mondays, and that's going to be with me. Tuesdays is going to be with Aaron, and his topic is Let's Just Talk About It. Wednesdays is going to be Wellness Wednesdays, and that's going to be with Lisa Bai. Thursdays is going to be a resource day. So Sarah is our community project leader, and she is going to give you tons of different resources on Thursdays. And on Fridays, it's going to be with Emily Hamstra, and that is going to be Compassionate Fridays. So each day we're going to have a different topic. We're going to give you information that has to do with wellness and mental health. And if you have any questions, please reach out and ask. And I don't know, is there anything else that you all can think of that I need to be covering for mental health?
No, that's great. And we'll probably have an opportunity to Mr. Strom to jump on there each time to kind of kick it off. And
every morning.
Well, I mean, like if we do this, at the beginning, we might take a minute or two to kind of cover what he's got. It'll be on YouTube Live.
All right. I was just jumping on YouTube. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I see there's some more questions on there. Do you want to fire some more at me, Lance?
Yep.
First of all, just a reminder, we'll keep doing this as long as you keep it clean. And
is there school next week?
School next week. Well, you probably heard my announcement this morning. This is unprecedented. I've never done this before, but I'm going to call a snow day tomorrow. You don't have to show up tomorrow, but next week, no school. So we also have employees that are going to be they are also going to be cleared out. We're doing a lot of cleaning right now. So there's a ton of things going on in the school, of course, to clean for the virus. But then our custodial staff and maintenance staff, they've kicked into somewhat of summer mode where they're actually stripping the floors of wax and redoing the gym floors and so on. So everything should be nice and fresh and clean when we do get back.
How about the band trip? Some other kids, I think, answered this on here, but I think it's canceled already. But
okay, that I can't answer. But
some other kids are saying it was already canceled.
Okay, reach out to your band sponsor on that. I'm not sure. Do you know that answer that, Becky? Okay,
we'll find out some more solid answer on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it says someone else on here did say it's been canceled. So.
Yeah, and in the future, like I said, we're trying to improve this. Our goal is to get more people logged on to this every day at 1:00, and it's going to be student-based, student-oriented. And then Lance will set up maybe a frequently asked question sheet for you students only. We have that for the morning show, but we're going to have to do that, I think, for students for the afternoon show too. And then what we'll try to do is take those questions and the next day research them and then find the answers and get back to you so you get those answers.
Yeah, he said that there wasn't enough kids, so they canceled the trip.
Okay. One of you students.
That was already done, it sounds like. Somebody was asking about an overdue library book.
Overdue library books. Well, you're not going to be allowed back into the building. So you get to keep those. But that's a great until we reconvene. Not forever. Don't start writing in them and autographing them. But the library resource, because I know a lot of you are reading, which is fantastic, even if you haven't been a reader. One of my favorite quotes is, not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. So
our wonderful librarian at the high school, she chimed in and said she automatically extended it. They rechecked it out to them automatically. So if they were a high school student asking that, they're off the hook. They're in good shape.
What a wonderful person. Everybody, Cardinal, elbow bump. There you go. What about the resource? I know that had been shared out, the high school resource for the library checkout. And I mean, we have that online library available so you can get all kinds of books and resources.
So does the city library have a bunch of options, and they'll even walk them out to your car if you check it out. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a senior and you can get a hold of it, some of you might even want to try to look ahead and start researching what your reading and writing and English classes for next year are going to require, and start getting a head start on that.
Someone asked, is school going to get canceled till next school year?
That question's out there. Nobody can really predict how this virus is going to spread. And the biggest part of stopping the spread is the social distancing, washing your hands. We're going to do our best to keep everybody connected and keep you updated, but you're listening to the same national news I am. Our public health department, they're trying to stay ahead of the cases, but she's not planning on saying anything. But Becky, would you like to just talk to the kids about what you know? Becky Eckhart, your director of student services, she's our direct contact to the local health department. So she could tell you the facts about what she knows about the cases, about what's going on locally, and what we're doing from the health perspective there. And if you have any questions for her, feel free to ask. But the question about school, right now we're going by 10 days by 10 days. And I tell you what, I'm hopeful that we get to see you again this year. I'm hoping we all do our part.
If school doesn't come back anymore, will their final grades be their Q3 grade or what?
Yeah, right now the Q3 grades are all posted by teachers, and there's actually a directive by the Commissioner of Education that we can't grade work. That is incoming right now. Now that may change when we get to some online learning, but the biggest thing is we want to give you a good education so you're ready for either the next grade or college or your career, and we're going to find ways to continue to do that. But this is Becky Eckhart, our Director of Student Services. Many of you know her.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you watched this morning, I don't have any different information from Dakota County Health since this morning. Currently in the state of Nebraska, there are 27 confirmed cases, and that came from Tiffany Hansen, who is the director of Dakota County Health this morning. At that same time, she reported that there are 0 confirmed cases in Dakota County. Again, they have been administering test kits, but every test kit that has come back is a negative kit. We will continue to give updates. The Dakota County Health does get updates every late afternoon, evening from all providers. And so that is typically when the numbers are updated. And each morning we can bring you the most up-to-date information from the night before. But Dakota County Health is a great partner with us, as is the Emergency Operating Center is keeping us informed of everything we need to know.
Yeah, thanks, Becky.
That,
Any other questions?
There's a lot of ones about seniors and their grades and credits and graduating, and I think we kind of already answered it, but some of them we just don't know yet. But
what we're going to try to do, and Becky also is our director that supervises our guidance counselors. But I think we'll try to reach out to our guidance counselors to see if they can join us virtually for some of these sessions, and they have more direct answers for you regarding some of that. And then also, I'm sure there's other great information they could share. But I just urge you, especially you seniors, be in contact with your guidance counselor about scholarships, about credits needed, all that sort of thing. Because right now, we've been told that those credits will be waived for graduation. We'll have to make some exceptions in our district. It's not going to look like it normally does.
but someone asked about what about the people with no internet?
Yeah, good question. Well, that has been a challenge since we dismissed school day one. There's some plans there. Drew Stansbury is our technology coordinator, and you guys know all of your technology people in the school. We're planning some delivery.
I think that there was a survey sent out this morning, and then hopefully if they answered on that, then from there they're going to look into that. So the high schoolers.
You got that? Okay, so high schoolers, spread the word. Answer the technology survey. If you don't have internet access, we're going to find a way to get you the curriculum moving forward. And we're going to try to somehow get some two-way interaction going between you and the teacher so you can get some feedback on your assignments too.
All right. The rest of the questions have kind of been answered, I think. When will we come back to school? We've already talked about that.
Okay.
Someone asked about the juniors and will the counselors meet with the juniors or the different classes to talk about registration for next year?
Yeah, we'll figure out how that goes. That might be an online registration process, or the teachers might have to get online and tell you about their classes. If we get a chance to reconvene and meet in person, it'll be that way. But if not, we'll figure out a way to do it. So good question, though. I know Mrs. Odell at the high school released a draft of next year's schedule already, and so we have that ball in motion, and there's plans being made. Good question, though.
All right.
All right.
I
Well,
think that's it.
hopefully you guys are all healthy, first of all, and keeping busy. Just please, from our public health officials, our parents, our law enforcement, just I know it's tough, but try to keep your social distancing. Try to stay at home. And if you are travel in a vehicle, to pick up that grab and go, and then don't gather in groups, and help us stop the spread. Everybody do their part, and we'll be fine. So thank you all. Stay updated on links, and we might have another session this afternoon, but if not, for sure tomorrow at 8:30. Also, give us some feedback too, if you can, on the chat. I don't know for students if we need to move that. We might move that time up a little later. I know not all of you are jumping out of bed probably at 8 o'clock and ready for that 8:30 update. But if we wanted to do it live and give you guys a chance to chat in like this, I'm thinking maybe a 9 or 9:30 next week might be better. But we'll communicate with you on that. But for tomorrow, we're on again at 8:30 in the morning for sure. Thank you all. Take care. Have a good day.